So we have deep roots in this area where we've been in the San Canyon since the early 1900s. In fact, my grandfather, who's pictured in the photo on the right, was born in the late 1800s and spent his entire life in this canyon. That picture on the left is actually from around the 1920s. It was our original sawmill up the North Fork of the San River. Back then, they actually took the mill to the trees instead of the trees to the mill, just because technologically it was easier to do that than the latter. Nowadays, with modern equipment, it's actually easier to take the trees to the mill instead. But we've changed significantly over the last 100 years, and we are coming up on our 100th anniversary next year, which is pretty exciting for our company. We have modern operations now. We've been located in Lyons, Oregon, since the 1950s, and we've grown from a small sawmill operation. We converted those operations over to veneer manufacturing in the late 50s, early 60s, and we've been specializing in high quality veneer manufacturing since then. And as of the 80s and 90s, we supported the growth in the LVL industry with those high quality veneers. Today, not only do we have this Lyons location, which has 2 veneer plants, a veneer drying facility, a small stud mill, and a cogeneration plant, but we also have an MPP facility, which is our mass plywood panel facility, which is a new patented engineered wood product, and we also have a plywood facility in Mill City. Total employee count in our company is right around 400, although we've had as many as 470 employees, and truthfully, we'd like to get back up there. We're actively hiring for many positions around our facilities. The cogeneration plant I mentioned, which is right here in our operations, that was been in operations since 2007 and produces electricity for the local area for about 5,000 homes. So we are developing and producing innovative, new, sustainable building products for the future. So we are focused on providing a wood product that is a direct substitute for concrete and steel in commercial and high-rise construction. And you may ask why that's important, and it's important for a lot of reasons. Financially, of course, because these projects can be done quicker and cheaper than they are today. But also we can reduce the environmental footprint of a lot of the construction techniques today by providing a sustainable wood product to the market. The wood products that we make are as strong as steel, actually stronger than steel on a pound per pound basis, and have a much lower energy input than concrete and steel and a much lighter environmental footprint. And what we're trying to do is essentially build the cities of the future. So where you have seen concrete buildings are ubiquitous around our urban landscapes, what we envision and what we'd like to see is to see those high rises of the future being built out of wood. The example on the right you can see is just a conceptual drawing from an architect focusing on mass timber. The photo on the left is actually the San High School gym, which is a project that was just completed here about 2 or 3 months ago and was a very successful project. So by the nature of our operations, we have a wide variety of positions available in production and maintenance, management and operation. So we really need to pull in a variety of skills to be successful in our business endeavors, excuse me. And that comes, it starts at timber management with our own private timber, or managing timber sales and timber purchases from our customers, all the way through the process of hauling that raw wood fiber to our facilities and turning into usable products for our customers. It takes just a variety of skills to make all that happen and a lot of coordination. And it changes day to day. We have a pretty exciting and dynamic work environment. primarily due to the fact that if the weather is not changing, then the wood fiber is changing or the markets are changing. There's something different every day they come to work. We have production employees. In fact, the majority of our employees are production employees that are actively working with equipment and handling product on our lines. The entry-level positions we have would be, say, dryer feeding, dryer grading, as well as off-bearing off of our green chain as well. And then we have also have equipment operators, whether that's forklift drivers that are moving product from one place to another, to specialized operators. Like you can see Buddy there on the left is actually operating our cogeneration facility, producing about 7 megawatts of power. Some of these positions are very specialized and very complicated. Trucking, we have many opportunities on the trucking side, whether it's hauling logs from our different timber sales to our plants, or hauling product between our facilities, and then finally hauling end product to our customers as well. The trucking department is there not only to ensure that the product gets to where it needs to be, but also that it gets there without being damaged and it gets there on time, which are very, very important. We have a fleet of conscientious drivers and about 30 highway vehicles and 15 log trucks. And it's an integral part of our business. And we consider our drivers to be some of the most forward-facing members of our team. As you'll see our trucks going up and down the I-5 corridor on a 24/7 basis. Our maintenance employees are there to keep all of our operations up and running, to make sure that we are productive and efficient. These are very specialized positions. We hire people and train them to this particular skill set we're looking for. And we also hire people with maintenance and electrical experience as well. The nature of our business is getting more technical, not less. Having technical skills is very important for operations, whether it's for maintenance or installation of projects, or troubleshooting various problems with our production lines. And shop employees, we have a variety of different shop locations. We have a truck shop that services our 40 to 45 tractors and trailers. Those employees are active because we put tens of thousands of miles on our trucks on an annual basis, or actually I should say hundreds of thousands of miles on our trucks on an annual basis. But we also have a rolling stock facility as well that maintains a fleet of heisters, cat equipment, front end loaders, bucket machines, and excavators. Our timber employees are there to manage the wood fiber coming to our plants, and that's managing not only our own 17,000 acres of timber, but also timber sales that we purchased from the open market. So private parties who are selling timber, or even public entities who are selling larger timber sales. We interface with them all. We find sales that fit us, and we manage those sales to completion and according to contract provisions provided by the sale. Well over half of the timber we purchase on an annual basis is coming from public entities such as the U.S. Forest Service or the Oregon Department of Forestry, for example. And then with all these things going on, one of the most important aspects is to have people who are knowledgeable about our operations to manage those employees and those locations. We have a very experienced crew of people that are intent on training the people that they work with and ensuring that our operations are running consistently and successfully. And technology is a big part of what we do. We are constantly updating our facilities. We typically invest well over $10 million a year in our operations to make sure that we are state of the art and efficient. are not the old-fashioned lumber mill or veneer plant from the 50s or 60s. We utilize bleeding edge technology essentially for the applications that we're doing. What you're seeing here is some trending on our drives we keep track of on a really regular basis to make sure our equipment is running properly. And we're also implementing state-of-the-art vision technologies, which can take a electronic digital picture of every single sheet and provide, using grade rules that we provide, that equipment, we can actually grade and handle our sheets and panels, particularly based on grade determined by the automated vision technologies. And we can use that to develop innovative new robotic applications, which we've been very successful in implementing in our various facilities. And typically these are not to reduce headcount, they're actually to improve the performance or consistency of our products, or because the implementation cost is cheaper than providing a specialty piece of equipment. But we are very active in using robotic technologies in our operations, and these will need to be supported in the future. Our new MPP product is an innovative product, as I was talking about before, for commercial and high-rise construction. The equipment that was designed to manufacture this product is specialized through our facility here in Lyons, Oregon, and we have a patent on this product and process. And there you can see one of the beams that we've put together for the Santiam High School project as well. There's just a lot of exciting projects that are coming down the pipeline. More and more people are choosing to work with wood instead of working with concrete and steel. And it's opening up an entire new construction technique. I should say it's reviving an old construction technique, because mass timber was obviously ubiquitous back in the turn of the century. This is a specialized piece of equipment called a posit turner that allows us to flip and manipulate our panels and our columns and beams in our facility. So I thank you for your time. I'd like to introduce you to Terry Butler, who is our HR manager. You can see we have a contact information for our HR department below at recruiting@frereslumber.com. If you have any questions based on what I've shown this morning, please don't hesitate to contact me at kfreres@frereslumber.com, and I appreciate your time. Terry, on to you.
Kyle, thank you so much. I want to talk a little bit about the hiring process, but there was a couple of things that I want to reiterate that Kyle said, and I think it's important, particularly for young people, to be sure that they understand. We have some great new products, new innovations, and you can be part of that team. And I think that if you are interested in CNC or CAD or robotics or a technical background, you don't typically think of a lumber company working for them. But as you've seen from Kyle's presentation, we are the employer for you to begin to look at. We're local, and we are community driven, and you have some great opportunities working for Freres Lumber, not only in maybe your field or area of choice, but we also promote within. So if there's something that you want to come work for us, and then there's some other areas that you become interested in, we really promote within. And so you have some great opportunities to do multiple things here for the company. What I want to talk a little bit about today is our hiring process. We use a number of social media platforms to promote our jobs. We also use banners and flyers and things. We use digital reader boards. We use our website. We are also contracting to a couple different companies to even get our information out even more. We use a PR firm to help help us continue to be on the forefront. So if you're checking out Freres Lumber on LinkedIn or Facebook or any of the other social media platforms, you're probably going to find us pretty quickly. Or you can again go to our website. Our hiring process truly is still a little bit more paper controlled than maybe we want to. If you apply through Indeed.com, you can apply through Indeed.com. You can attach all of your resumes, fill out the application directly, and it's submitted to us. We reach out to you, and then we set up an interview process. If you go to our website, you will have to download the application and fill it out, but you can scan and email it through an email address. So no matter what avenue you choose to apply for this position, we're constantly looking for that. So once you've applied for the position, we set up an interview with you, a personal interview. And what we try to find out is what are your areas of your interests, but also maybe some of your experiences so that we can fit you into a position that's going to fit for you and what our needs are. And we have 6 different plants. We have multiple opportunities for all sorts of different jobs. As Kyle talked about, we have truck drivers. We need electricians, we need millwrights, which are those are the people that help repair and maintain all of our equipment. Like I said, we've got robots, and we have plant workers. We have truck drivers and many other positions. So if you're interested, again, Indeed.com, our website, any of the social medias can get you links to our application. So you fill out the application, we've submitted it. I and my HR assistant then gets a hold of you. We get an interview with you personally. And then what we do is we typically have you also meet with the plant manager and a supervisor so that you kind of get to know what the job is. And sometimes they even do tours of the plant prior to taking the position. Once you've done that, you said, yes, I'm very interested in working for Freres Lumber. Then what we do is we set up an orientation date for you. And then we do orientation and safety. That's usually typically about 4 hours. And we pay you typically for 6 hours because there will be some paperwork that you will have to complete prior to you arriving to this meeting. And so we pay you for that time. Then once that happens, you will be assigned a position and a plant, and we go from there. And then again, as HR is always available to you guys, if you have questions, we can help in the process. If you're having any problems with Indeed or any of the social medias, we want you to reach out to us. Of course, you can call us on the phone as well. But that's pretty much our hiring process. We are moving and looking to a new payroll software, which will also will perform HR functions, which will also include onboarding, which is a lot less paper and a lot more online. So hopefully that will be easier, but that will be probably a 6-month out situation. But that currently right now is our hiring process. I don't know if there's any questions, but I'm very willing to answer any questions anyone has. Kyle, did you want anything to add to that?
No, Terry, I think you did a great job. Brant, is there anything else that we should cover?
I think all that sounds good. And I think that you guys covered everything we could without having student questions available. I know the biggest thing that's always asked, and everybody's kind of realized it with high schoolers now, is can they get this job right out of high school? And how much does it pay usually?
So sorry, Terry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was going to say we actively look for people right out of high school. There's nothing to stop somebody from looking into professions and careers at our company right out of high school, and we will actively train people if they're interested in learning other fields or other positions. Our entry level wage, I believe, is at $17.40. Is that correct, Terry?
Yes.
But in a very short period of time, there's opportunities to make quite a bit more. So $17.40 be a starting wage with our organization.
Yes. And he's also clarified there is on-the-job training, and even in our trucking, if someone would come and want to begin to learn how to be a trucker, that doesn't mean they're going to start off as a trucker, but we do a lot of on-job training and as well as try to move someone towards the learning that they need to do to be able to take a job. So you may start with something else, but if you said, hey, I really want to ultimately be a trucker for us, a truck driver, we will work on that and try to get you those certifications that you need. And then we do also have a few intern positions that we look at as well, and some summer jobs. So if people are interested in saying, hey, I want to try this out, we do have some opportunities for the summer jobs as well.
That's a very good point, Terry. We would actually provide internships in a variety of areas. If people are interested, they should just reach out to us and contact us.